Some of the subjects in this video today are for educational purposes only, and we advocate for adult use only. Be safe and always know what you're using. Welcome back to Grandpa's Lake House. Today we're taking a quick look at the garden, update on the chicken coop. We're going to go into a little bit of a controversial plant that we think might benefit your garden. Thank you for joining us.
I think it's safe to say that's the start of a pumpkin. The pumpkin is doing great. I think that's our only fertilized flower so far. We had another one, but it's not looking like it's doing too great. The other side, we don't have anything yet. Just a couple flowers. Tomato is still going strong. No sign of any fruit off of it yet though. Got a couple extra flowers that have grown in and done their thing. But overall the plant's looking nice and healthy and strong. Strawberries continue their bounce back. This one over here is doing really well, lots of flowers, so hopefully we'll see a couple strawberries before the end of the season. The infamous garlic. Still nothing else ever popped up. This is definitely grass.
What's that? What's that, Daddy?
That's the garlic.
What's this?
What is that?
Strawberry.
The strawberries, good boy.
That is flowering.
We're starting to see a slight tint change in our lemon here, so perhaps it is gonna end up being able to come out, and it just takes a long time. Still haven't touched the mustard. Cucumber, I think either today or tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and harvest this and get this plant out of here so we can start planting our fall garden.
Dad, this is just growing yellow.
Yeah. Jalapeno pepper continues to do what it's done the whole time. It gives us some nice new leaves, and then as they get bigger they seem to start to die back. The carrots are still going strong. We'll give those a little while longer, hopefully, and get some good growth out of those as well. Our basil over here is looking strong, as well as the Thai basil over here. The watermelons are still doing their thing. This is the little tiny one. It's still growing. It's got these little black spots on it from that damage it got early on. So I'm not sure if it'll be anything that we'll want to keep, but definitely something we can go into compost. This one's been growing really well. Let's get the shadow off of it. So I think this will definitely turn out into a watermelon that we can actually enjoy. Trees are starting to turn color. At least the little bit of foliage that survived the deer attack early in the year. But we're starting to see some reds. It's really pretty leaf.
So I know it's been dragging along, but we've got some progress going on with our chicken coop. So let's go over and take a look at that. So back here where our nesting boxes will be, we've got all this closed in. I do still have to add the hinges and some roofing material, but to give you an idea, this will lift up so we can get to what will be our 3 nesting boxes in here. So our nesting boxes will be in here. We've got our side walls all complete. Do need to add some more bamboo to the outside to complete this and just get it all tidied in. Excuse all the tools in the mess. So let's close this and we'll go take a look at it from the other side.
So here's the nesting box from the inside. Quite spacious. We do have to add the dividers back in here. So for the most part, our interior is all done. We just got to add our screen and window to here and get our final roofing material. So a couple things still need to be done on the exterior. In both these triangles on each side, I need to add the bamboo. I just got a little over anxious to get everything else done and decided to move past that part since it was really dragging us out waiting to find those right bamboo pieces. So it's the same on the other side. Back here on the nesting box. So we'll get those closed in. We still need to build our main clean out door here, as well as get our little access door for the chicken coop built. For the most part, we're getting close to being done. He thinks it's going to be his playhouse, so I think we'll have to be building a playhouse here soon. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out.
So if you guys liked our shirt we were wearing today, I know it's a little bit different than the usual tank top we're wearing here in the summer. We ordered this from our friends Sean and Holly over at the Modern Yeoman. So if you haven't checked out their channel, go ahead and check it out. Pick up a shirt. Extremely comfortable. Love the slogan, slowly, slowly. Definitely applies to our chicken coop. But now let's get to the controversial part of the video. Well, I've been hesitant to do this video, quite frankly, because I don't want to get kicked off my own channel. But today we're going to talk about a plant that seems quite controversial. There's not a lot of information out about it. And we just came across it by chance. And so far, we've seen some amazing results for it for pest control. The plant I'm talking about is here right behind me. Some of you guys may have seen it in previous episodes. Even back, if you go real far back and been with us a long time, you'll see some of the small little starts in the garden in the background. I never talked about it because of the controversial subject that relies around this plant, and a lot of people have a lot of strong feelings about this plant. This is the Nicotiana plant, also known as tobacco. It is exactly what you think it is. You can dry this out and smoke it, but what we're going to be using it for is a little bit different. We've got a leaf here that we've already harvested today. You see we've taken quite a few leaves off of the stalk here. Produce beautiful big broad leaves, as you can see here, nice and clean leaves. But with the amazing properties of this plant with the nicotine in it is a huge deterrent to pests. And in fact, I've seen multiple pests that have accidentally made their way into this plant, and they don't last very long. And you find them dead quite all over the place. But for the most part, the insects just stay away from it. Usually we'd see a lot of insects in this tree above us in the summertime. You'd even hear it buzzing. We have had no insects in this area whatsoever, even to the point where we've seen a drastic reduction in mosquitoes here in this area in the evening. Not a single insect has gone on it and done any damage to any of the leaves throughout its whole process. The one thing I did have happen is a mouse got to another one that I had in our backyard when it was very, very small. And it didn't eat the plant, it just bit the stalk in half and killed the plant. Within a day, I found that mouse on the ground nearby dead. So I think it had a nicotine overdose or something, but it has been an amazing result with this plant as far as keeping the pests away. The deer have made it into this area. This is not in our normal garden. This is up in our sitting area, and they have not touched this plant. Skunks, raccoons have made it in here. They have not touched it. In fact, they've made an obvious effort to go quite a ways around it. So these are going to be coming to seed here soon. I'm looking forward to showing you guys the flowers. The flowers are absolutely beautiful. And once it goes to seed, we'll be saving those seeds and really adding a lot of this around our garden next season to keep the pests away. But today what we're going to do is we're going to be making a foliar spray with the leaves. It's really quite simple. You're just going to harvest the leaves, we're going to take a gallon of water here, and we're just going to add this leaf into the gallon of water and let it soak for a couple weeks, and then we'll add it to a spray bottle to be able to spray our garden. We'll spray the garden prior to adding our fall crop in, to get rid of any existing pests that are already there. And we'll spray early on in the growing process. You don't want to spray this towards middle to late of your grow, especially as you're getting close to any kind of harvest or anything. The Nicotiana plant is exactly what it is. It's a tobacco plant with nicotine in it, and it's the nicotine that's keeping the pests away. But you don't want to introduce a bunch of nicotine into your produce or vegetables or fruits or anything like that. So you want to do this really early on, pre-planting and an early seedling stage, prior to any kind of flowering or anything like that. So I would say probably want to give yourself a good couple of weeks before you're seeing flowers that you'd want to stop doing this, and possibly rinse with just some form of pH neutral water. So we've got our Nicotiana leaf inside of our water. Just give it a little shake to kind of get it going. And we're gonna let this sit for a couple weeks and ferment in there, and become a tea. And then we'll start using it as our foliar spray to get ready for our fall crop. So we'll keep you updated with this to see how it goes. Like I said, I've had this here for the whole season and seen great results with it so far. So I'm looking forward to actually applying it more directly to our vegetable garden and seeing exactly how well it does deter all these pests. On an additional note, it is a tobacco plant. It is smokable. To give you those of you who may be interested in the smokable side of it an idea, I did try it. It is much like a very light tobacco product that about halfway through is going to kick you in the face. So it is 100% natural Nicotiana plant, tobacco plant, and it is very full of exactly that. So it is a very strong nicotine kick to it, but this strain particularly does have quite a light taste. So if you're somebody who smokes some of the stronger cigarettes out there, it's going to be much lighter of a taste than what you're used to, but a much stronger nicotine kick than anything you're going to get on the open market. But that's not really what we're here for with this plant. Like I said, we're going to be using this as pest control. I just wanted to go ahead and go out on a limb and talk about it. I was really nervous to bring this onto YouTube, just because of the controversy that goes around the subject of the Nicotiana plant. But I think this could be helpful to a lot of gardeners. I see a lot of people out there that regularly have pest control issues, and being able to basically plant something around your garden and use a foliar spray very early on, I really believe that we could see some results here where we have very little pests in our garden without using the foliar spray, just by having these plants around the garden, because I have seen an obvious reduction in insects around this area. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, something a little bit different, and hopefully we can all stay open-minded about a plant that doesn't have to be used in a negative way. It can be used as something positive for all of us, and something organic and natural that we don't have to spray our plants. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate all the new subscribers. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We'll see you in the next one.